Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to walk through the food and beverage service cycle. Think of it as your step-by-step guide to giving absolutely perfect service in any restaurant. Ready? Let's get started. I love this quote because it sets the right tone. We're not just aiming for good service, right? We want to give service that's so great, people can't stop talking about it. That's how you build a legendary reputation and keep guests coming back again and again. So, here's our roadmap for today. Now, the full service cycle has 15 steps, but don't worry, we're going to break it down. Here on the screen, you can see the first 6 steps. This takes us from the very beginning, when a guest calls to make a reservation, all the way to them getting their first glass of water. We'll cover all 15 steps together.
To make things easy, we've organized this whole process like a story, with 3 acts. Act 1 is the arrival. That's all about making an amazing first impression. Act 2, the dining experience, is the heart of the meal. And we'll finish with Act 3, the grand finale, which is all about ending the service on a high note.
Okay, let's start with Act 1, the arrival. This part is so important because it really sets the stage for the entire meal. It covers the first 6 steps of our service cycle.
Let's break these down. It all starts with the reservation, right? Getting those key details, name, how many people, and what time. Then we greet the guest. There's a great little rule for this called the 10-5 rule. You make eye contact and smile from 10 feet away, and then give a warm, friendly hello when they're 5 feet away. It makes people feel welcome instantly. Next, we meet them, check their reservation, and then we seat them. Little touches like pulling out the chair for the lady first show real class. Then the hostess will introduce the server, making a nice, smooth handover. And finally, we offer water. Just asking a simple question, would you prefer still or sparkling water, shows you're already taking care of them.
All right, time for a quick activity to get you thinking. Grab a partner, and together come up with 3 friendly, professional phrases you could use to welcome a guest. How can you make someone feel truly special the moment they walk in? Go ahead and pause here to give it a try.
Okay, let's check what we've learned so far. Quick question for you. When a guest calls for a reservation, what's the most important information you need to get? Is it A, their favorite food, B, their name, number of people, and time, or C, the guest's address? If you said B, you are absolutely right. Those 3 details are the ones we can't do without.
And just like that, we're ready for Act 2, the dining experience. Our guests are settled in, they're comfortable, and now the main event begins. This next part covers steps 7 all the way through 12.
This quote is just so true, isn't it? Good service is good business. When we take great care of our guests during their meal, they're happy. And you know what happy guests do? They come back. And they tell their friends. That's really the secret to a successful restaurant.
Now, being a great server also means you can help guests make great choices. We call these smart selling techniques. Upselling is when you suggest a slightly better option. Cross-selling is about offering something that goes perfectly with what they've already ordered. And my personal favorite is suggestive selling. This is where you're not just a server, you're like a helpful guide, recommending the chef's special or a dish you know is amazing.
So you've taken the order, but how does the kitchen know what to cook? Well, that's where this comes in. The KOT, or Kitchen Order Ticket. It's basically the message that goes from you straight to the chef. For drinks, we use a BOT, a beverage order ticket, which goes to the bar. These little tickets are super important for making sure everyone is on the same page.
Now, in some places that still use paper, there are 2 common systems. A duplicate system makes 2 copies, one for the kitchen and one for the cashier. But a triplicate system makes a 3rd copy for the server to hold on to. It's all about making sure the order is tracked perfectly from start to finish.
But these days, of course, things usually look a little different. Most modern restaurants use a computerized system called a point of sale, or POS. You just tap the order into a screen, and boom, it instantly prints out in the kitchen and at the bar. It's incredibly fast, and it cuts down on mistakes.
You know what time it is? Time for another activity. Let's practice that suggestive selling we talked about. Pair up. One person is the guest, and the other is the server. If the guest orders a main course, the server should try to recommend a yummy side dish or a special drink to go with it. Just have fun with it. Go ahead and pause.
All right, another quick knowledge check for you. What is the main purpose of a KOT? Is it A, to give the guest a souvenir, B, to tell the kitchen what to prepare, or C, to clean the table? The answer is, of course, it's B. Its one big job is to get the order to the kitchen, loud and clear. Well done.
Now, while the guests are eating, our job is to be attentive without being annoying. This means things like Step 9, clearance, clearing away empty plates, and Step 10, crumbing, just a quick, neat wipe of the table to keep it looking fresh. Once they're done with the main course, we present the dessert menu, and after that, we can ask if they'd like any coffee or tea. It's all these little things that show we're really paying attention.
And that brings us to our final act, the grand finale. You know, this part is every bit as important as the beginning. How you finish the service is what guests remember, and a great ending is what makes them say, "Wow, we have to come back here." This covers our last 3 steps.
When it comes to the bill, the key is to be smooth and professional. As soon as the guest asks, we present it. It's also helpful to know about different kinds of bills. For example, a deferred bill is for something like a big company dinner, where they get an invoice and pay later. And of course, we need to be ready for all sorts of payment methods, whether it's cash, a card, or even a digital wallet.
Here's a real-world puzzle for you. Imagine a guest wants to pay with their phone, but your restaurant only takes cash and cards. What do? Talk about this with your group. How can you handle this politely and helpfully and find a solution without making the guest feel awkward? Let's take a minute to discuss.
All right, one last question for you about billing. A company has a big dinner and asks you to send them the bill later. What do we call that type of bill? Is it A, a prepaid bill, B, a no-charge bill, or C, a deferred bill? Yep, you got it. It's C, a deferred bill. Deferred just means paid later.
And here we are at the final step, the farewell. This is our last chance to leave a lasting positive impression. A warm, genuine goodbye, maybe helping with a chair, and a big smile as you wish them a wonderful evening. That's the stuff that makes guests feel truly appreciated.
And that's it. We have officially walked through the entire service journey from start to finish. So now let's do a quick recap to bring it all together.
And here they are one last time. All 15 steps of the F&B Service Cycle, all neatly organized into our 3 acts. We had the arrival, the dining experience, and the grand finale. You see, every single step is a new chance to provide amazing, unforgettable service.
You know, following these steps is the science of good service. But what makes service truly great? That's an art. So I'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. Beyond all these rules and steps, what's the one personal quality? Maybe it's your kindness or your positive energy or how much you care. What do you think is the most important thing for making a guest's experience truly special? Thanks so much for joining me today.